welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk to you briefly about how to have a cohesive wardrobe. And by cohesive, I simply mean how to have a wardrobe that can all work together, all the pieces work together without having to stick to gray, black, and white. So I'm going to give 5 tips today on creating a more cohesive wardrobe if that's something you're trying to do. So step number 1 is figuring out your color scheme, and I can't stress how important this is. So the goal is to pick 3 neutral colors that you want to have in your wardrobe. Now you can have 4 or 5, it doesn't matter, but the goal is to just try to have a majority of 3. So for me, I have black, I have white, and I have cream/brown. Black is a great color, it's a safe color, it's a neutral. Most people have some sort of black in their wardrobe, but you don't have to have black. There are other neutrals you can choose from. Other neutrals would be tan, cream, brown, white, obviously. Gray is a neutral. Some people think navy is a neutral. I wouldn't say it is, but I mean, it can be part of the neutral family because it's not, it doesn't clash with a whole lot. Next, you want to have 2 main colors. So 2 colors that kind of are your colors. They're the colors you love, they're the colors that you look good in and you feel comfortable in. Just, you know, you can have more than 2, but 2 is a good ideal when you're trying to just pare things down. For me, I chose blue, and I chose like a kind of mauve pink color, since that color was sort of in style, and I also liked how it was muted and could almost be a neutral to a degree, but not. And lastly, you want to have 1 accent color. Now the accent color can be pretty much any color you want it to be, and it can be as obnoxious as you want it to be. If you want a bright color, you can totally have a bright color. If you want a more subtle color, you can have that too. I chose mustard as my accent color just because I like the way that looks on my skin tone, but I don't really want all of my clothes to have mustard because it isn't really a color that stays in style for very long. It tends to come in and out of style, whereas blue is kind of always in style, pinks are kind of always in style, but mustard doesn't necessarily always stay in style, and so it would be harder to find things later on once it kind of goes out of style. So I really wanted to just have it as an accent, so I only have a couple of items that fall under the yellow mustardy kind of color palette. But I also have 1 item that is maroon because I really do like it, and it's a very nice sweater. So you can have other items, but you just don't want them to overpass your main color scheme. So I don't have like 6 maroon things overshadowing my 4 mustard things. So it's otherwise then the accent would be the maroon. Does that make sense? Anyway, so that's tip number 1, is have 3 neutrals, 2 main colors, and 1 accent color to kind of have your wardrobe all work together. Tip number 2 is having variance in tones. So once you've decided what colors you want your wardrobe to kind of consist of and the neutrals you're going to use in your accent color, now you want to think of like the variance of the tones. Now, example would be mustard. It's more of a deeper yellow kind of color, but if you have something that maybe is a lighter yellow or a softer yellow or a paler yellow, it's a variance in the tone. It might not be mustard, but it's still along the lines of obviously yellow. So that's an okay color to kind of bring in. So if you see something, a top or something along those lines that you like, that's within the tone of the color that you've selected as one of your 2 colors for your accent, then you can add that to your wardrobe. So you don't have to feel so restricted on, oh, that's not mustard, I can't buy it, or that's not this color blue, this specific shade of blue, I can't buy that. You can have that flexibility in your shopping and in your wardrobe without having your wardrobe look like it doesn't work together anymore. Tip number 3 is knowing your deal breakers. Now this I really can't stress enough. Knowing your deal breakers is so important. For me, it's being comfortable. I want everything in my wardrobe to be either soft, cozy, comfortable. I hate when you buy a pair of shoes, but then like the shoes are they hit a certain way that you would have to like wear a certain kind of sock with the shoe. I hate that. That drives me crazy. It's like, why can't I just wear whatever sock I want to wear? So I specifically don't buy shoes that I know I'm gonna have issues with my socks. Like, if it's gonna be a sock issue, I will not even buy that shoe. That is a deal breaker. Like, I don't care how cute the shoe is. Even the stuff I wear to work, I don't want to feel like I'm starchy and like in this uptight clothing and I feel uncomfortable because this thing is squishing this part of my body, and I don't want to ever feel like that. So for me, if an item makes me feel like that, a clothing article, shoes, leggings, a necklace, anything that makes me feel like I am not comfortable, then it does not stay. So it's important for you to figure out what your deal breakers are. If for you, it's you want things that are form-fitting. Like if it's not fitted, if it doesn't accentuate, you know, the body part that you like or whatever, if it doesn't make you feel a certain way, whatever way that is, then that's your deal breaker. That's the thing that you want to avoid when selecting items to go into your wardrobe. Because if you choose things that you only think look pretty, then odds are you probably won't wear it that much because you might not feel pretty in it if it fits you funny or it doesn't have the qualities that you like in clothing. So make sure you know what your deal breakers are going into any kind of shopping, and even when you go into your closet to do shopping, you know, when you figure out what outfit you're going to wear, kind of look at what you have and make the decisions that way of am I going to keep this, am I not? Step number 4 is really important because there are going to be times where you're going to buy something and you're going to love it in the store and you're going to take it home and you're going to put it on and you're going to say, I don't know why I bought this and now I've spent all this money on this item and it's not what I thought it was, or you're going to bring it home thinking it's going to work with your wardrobe and then it doesn't. I've had this happen to me, and what I do is I always keep my receipts and I always keep my tags. So even if I'm super excited about something and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to wear this, and I just rip the tags off as soon as I walk in the front door and I throw the thing on and then I walk into my closet and I'm like, I don't know what I would wear this with, I suddenly feel very like, oh no, why did I buy this? So having my tags and keeping my receipts to be like, okay, I've changed my mind, I'm gonna bring this back and return it, I can then make a better decision later on, and that's why it's so important to hang on to those things. So even if you kind of create a little space, a little jar, or even in your closet like a little shelf or something where you just put all your receipts for clothes and your tags that you take off, put them there, and then you know, should you later on decide that this item isn't what you thought it was, it doesn't work the way you thought it would, and it's not right for you, then you have the option to return it without feeling like, oh, I don't have my receipt or my tags, I can't do anything. So that's tip number 4, is hang on to your receipt and tags just in case it doesn't end up being what you thought it was going to be. And lastly, tip number 5 ties into a lot of tip number 3, which is knowing your deal breakers. Tip number 5 is knowing your feel. Knowing how you want your wardrobe to feel. And I'm not talking about texture or, you know, material, I'm talking about know your feel. Know the style of clothes you like. And so for me, everything in my wardrobe tends to have that more cozy feel to it. And anything in my wardrobe that doesn't necessarily have that cozy feel usually doesn't end up staying in my wardrobe very long. For example, I tried to get into like collared shirts that have the button downs and are very like fitted and like work and professional for my job. I tried to get into that and I just never wear them. I never wear them because they're too rigid for me. They're not part of the style or the look that I feel most comfortable in and most pretty and safe and secure and all of that, so I don't end up wearing them. So I realized that that wasn't the feel that I wanted, that wasn't the feel that I enjoyed. So know your feel, know what you want to feel when you put on your clothes every day. I recommend, you know, going on Pinterest and looking at some different outfit ideas and different things and kind of figure out what you want your feel to be. How do you want to feel when you put on the clothes you're wearing? Because I know they're just clothes, but to a degree they have a lot to do with, you know, your mental state and your mindset and your view and how you feel internally. I hope you enjoyed this video and you found these 5 tips helpful. If you did, put a comment below letting me know which of the tips you found most helpful, and let me know what your feel is, what kind of feel that you have with your wardrobe, you know, the things for you and maybe what your deal breakers are with certain clothing items. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really enjoyed sharing this information with you and I hope you learned a thing or two from it, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. If you haven't already, please do subscribe, and next to the subscribe button there's a little bell that you can click to get notified on any videos that I post in the future. I'll see you guys all on the next video next week. Bye! For me, it is comfort. And I see you again. Grace again.